Hello everyone. How you guys doing? I'm going to wait for a while until the video starts. All right. Hello everyone. How you guys doing today? We are yet again with another wonderful topic. So I'm going to give it a few minutes as usual so that we could, exchange all our niceties. And I'm also going to hydrate myself. All right, I see one viewer. So say hi, guys. Show me that you guys are here. Tell me how your week has been. It's mid-August, and August energies have been insane with the timeline jump and things that have been going on. It has been a very interesting journey. So yeah. Hello, Lorinda. You're the first. So good to see you as always. So tell me how your week has been and how you guys are feeling post timeline quantum leap shift. It's been, you guys probably are resting a lot. Like you may find yourself sleeping more than usual, resting more than usual. It's all for the good because timeline shifts, timeline jumps are exactly like traveling just 1,000 times more. So if you feel jet lag, just imagine feeling jet lag 1,000 times more. Hi, Tracy. Good to see you. Oh, you're a Leo. So it's your birthday month. Happy birthday to you. Hi, Bardi. So good to see you. And Bardi says hi to everyone in the team. Hello, Henry. Thank you for staying awake. So happy to have you from Europe joining us. You see, a lot of you guys are like staying awake to join me in this live, and it really touches my heart. And you guys are amazing. I'm doing really good. With the timeline jump, it's been amazing. Like, because we have all jumped into a good timeline, like most of us. So it's good because you feel more empowered, inspired, motivated, and it's really, really good in that sense. Hi, Lorinda. Say hi back to your daughter. Hey, Shayla, how are you? Good to see you here as well. Thanks, Lorinda, for bringing your daughter in. Hey, Tracy. Yes, 5D connection has increased so much. And Lorinda, yes, very, very, very tired. Hi, Belinda. Belinda says hello to everyone. Henry, I've been sleeping a lot too, but today I had a very fun day at the beach. Wow, I did see your Insta story. It's amazing. I'm so glad you're having a beach day. Like, I love the water personally, and I think I've shared with you guys before, I'm always on the lookout for like the most perfect, like crystal clear waters. In the Mintakan in me, you're always searching for home everywhere we go. And yeah, I could live in a beach, like in the beach itself, like with like a hut or something. I just love the beach so much. All right. And are you guys all excited for today's topic? Because you see, the way I'm going to do it today, same as well. And basically, today's topic has been inspired. MJ and I had been talking about it, and it's been. See, a lot of people have misconceptions, and also a lot of people are confused as to what tools will apply to their journey. Henry, we don't have clear water. It's dark green. Sounds like Singapore. Sounds like the Singapore beaches. But recently, it has been really clear. And I noticed full moon time, the waters get really clear because, all of those debris, and it's always high tide. So it gets better. Like, it was crystal clear. Like, not to the level of how I wished it to be. Yeah, but it was clearer, much clearer when I managed to do a jog yesterday and the waters were like sparkling, like clear. Um, hey MJ, so good to see you and so glad that Belinda, you're excited for today's topic. And as I was saying, Oh, so sorry, you guys couldn't hear me. Oh, okay. I think it should be better now. So, as I was saying, you see, there's so many tools available. But one thing is, everybody's twin flame journey is unique, really unique. So, you cannot really follow like a pre prepared tool or a script. And I've heard that, some like from my other clients, like some twin flame coaches tend to follow a structure and thinks that that would fit everyone. Firstly, it doesn't work that way. Everyone's journey is extremely, extremely unique. So it's best that you often get like life advice. And that's why lately I've like all my readings, I've offered the option of like giving life advice. And even with my reading, it's 100% like channeled for you. Another thing is there's so many tools available, and how are you using these tools? You see, people can advise, people can recommend, but you have to search within, and often your twin flame, your divine masculine himself will be an inspiration to your healing. Because you see, when you meet your divine masculine, you often go into that separation mode, right? And during the separation mode, you are wondering and pondering, like, why is this happening to me? And that is when true awakening starts happening, and then you're like, what is it, what? And that's when like issues like childhood issues, like old sexual wounds, past life, things like that starts popping in. That's when you realize, oh, these are the areas I have to work on, these are the areas I have to heal. And and in some cases, some twin flames, just go on the frenzy of like buying healings, mindless, aimless healings. But you have to understand that specific healings work on your specific chakras and your ascension journey. Like our body has got like 141 chakras, seven main chakras and 141 mini chakras or meridians. So with that, you have to realize that you have to like have worked on all of them in order to really feel that vibrational shift. And that's why, I mean, me, Kelly, Regina, Joanna, we are all healers in the group. I mean, Ali as well, and a few other. And another thing that I wanted to share with you guys is pick the healer you're drawn to. Often there will be like a message from it within, like telling you, hey, this person will be suitable for me on my journey. And true enough, my clients do say this to me. They say that, when they are meditating, their angels are like asking them to come find me. And it's really amazing how the universe kinds of pairs you up with the right person at the right time. That's why it's so important to like pray to God and look within. And you see, again, praying to God as well, there's a religious connotation attached to it. God, you see, that's the reason why you have to look at it in a spiritual way. And the term God in itself means that. And people often like tie it in with religion or see it differently. God is, you see, once you know God, you won't be searching for anything else. See, and that's why the path of self realization and awakening are major parts of your twin flame journey. And like again and again, I would say every journey is unique. And that's why, even as a healer, often as a healer, I would recommend my client, okay, these are the areas you have to work on, these are the healings that would help you, and then it's up to you. It's your discretion as to what healings you want to pick, because innately you will know, hey, yeah, I think I need healing there because that's where I need to work on. And I mean, I offer a wide range of healings, and you guys can always check out my page. And then clearings as well, the right kind of clearings. And you want to pick the ones that suit you, rather than, because it can be very tempting. And usually divine feminines at the early stages of their journey, they are not able to like bear the pain of separation, and they think that, oh, if I do these countless healings, I will get the objective that I'm looking for, but it doesn't work that way. This is a journey, not a destination, So you can't be like, oh, I ticked all the boxes, or I listened to everything that I was advised upon. No, it doesn't work that way. Or I looked at, like, the internet said that, oh, I need to follow these 7 steps to be in union with my twin flame. I followed them, and I'm going to achieve it. It doesn't work that way at all. That's why inward, you guys have to look inward, and meditation is a key aspect of that. And again, meditation in itself is very, very deep. And I was discussing with MJ yesterday as well. Like, one aspect of meditation is samyama. Samyama means intent focus. And so, samyama works this way. You achieve a state of samyama when you have 12 seconds of intense attention on a point of focus, and then you transcend. So, one example is you have a video camera, right? And you're in front of a mountain. You place the video camera for 12 seconds, and then when you play it back, all you see is a picture. So samyama is like that. And in order to achieve that state of samyama, I mean, like 12 seconds, people take years and years and years to achieve that concentration, because when you go into a state of meditation, what happens is 50,000 thoughts flow through your mind. And how are you going to calm and tame your mind? So often meditation is not just about like sitting in the corner and trying to like meditate. No, meditation is deeper than that. Meditation is centering yourself. Meditation is going to that point of focus. And often people have God like in their mind and nothing else. Like, you have a focal point. Like, I can go on like going on, like I can run an entire course on meditation, because it is so expensive. And that's the reason why our dearest Joanna, Regina, we all talk about how important it is. However, again, there are a lot of misconceptions to it too. You think that, oh, I meditate, I'm en route to my journey as well. No, all of these play a part in your journey. And another thing is, things that you find on the internet can be very misleading. Again, what other people offer is what they think is best for the journey, but what is best for your journey is another question mark. And usually when I do twin flame coaching and stuff, I mean, guiding and like doing my psychic sessions and my Akashic record sessions, one thing is, I work with what my client has at present and what they can become, because I'm able to see it all. And that's why I don't follow a list, literally, oh, you do these things. And no, it works differently, and you cater. And during these lives, I do share some general techniques, but again, it is curated according to the energies of the group. A big obstacle in your journey often is obsession and obsessing over what is going to work towards union. But the thing is, union is not your objective. You becoming the best version of yourself is the objective. And when you become the best version of yourself, your DM just comes back to you. No effort, easy. But when you are like obsessing, oh, have I done this? Have I done that? And you go keep on. So if you see, what is happening is you're chasing everything, not only your DM, but every single thing out there. And then there were other points I wanted to. There are some really, really, really good stuff out there as well, but you need to use your discernment and discretion to pick one that suits you. And that's why it's so important to talk to your higher self. Higher self is literally yourself viewing your life from the higher dimension, and seeking guidance from your higher self is a key part in this journey. For example, you read something online. Ask yourself, ask your higher self, hey, is this going to be useful in my journey? Is this going to help me in my journey? Am I actually being guided right? Be open. Also be skeptical when you have to be skeptical. And start trusting yourself first and foremost. That is so important. You need to always dig deep within. And that's why MJ keeps saying, go within, go find God, talk to God. And all of your, even talking to God is a part of meditation. It's meditative when you talk to God. You feel like you're in a different space and time. And God's voice in itself is silence. It's not like I'm speaking with you. You just know. It's a knowing. It's an intuitive knowing. And prayer is good. That's what all these are tools. So I've covered that part. So usually the recommended healings for twin flames would be like womb cleansing, past life issues, Akashic record clearings, because it resets you to your original vibration. And these healings take a while to work as well. You can't expect instant results. Like example, you join a new job. You cannot expect to be CEO first day itself. You go through months and months of training, you become an executive, you become a manager, and then you become CEO. Why do people stop at where they stop? Because they stop growing, they become stagnant, they become carried away, they keep focusing on what other people are doing or where other people are at their journey. If you can draw inspiration, that is good. But if you can't, then you have to keep focusing, like focusing on yourself. That's why it's beautiful, because when you start looking inward, things become amazing. Things start to fall in place. Even when you have a problem, you have God, you have your higher self guiding you back. And I've spoken about 5D, and I've spoken about the benefits of living in 5D and how helpful it is in your life. I have done so many videos, 5D communication with your twin flame as well, and how all of these play a great role in your journey. And spiritual evolution is a big part. And spiritual evolution means that you not just listen, you think, you make your own opinions as well. And of course it's good, to get guidance. Especially, like, I would heavily recommend, like, I do things this way. I work one on one, because I believe that every individual is unique, and everyone has got a certain way things work. And that's why it's time consuming, and that's why it's pricey as well. And you want to find the right person. And you also, and another thing is, I really don't want to go into this much, but MJ insisted, like, twin flame coaching, there's a lot of popular ones out there. And some coaches, might give you what you're looking for. But some coaches, like MJ shared one particular experience of how that particular coach, like, really made her feel really bad for a very long time. And that is a huge red flag. If you don't feel empowered with a psychic or empowered with a coach, then the universe is telling you to move on. Find someone else, or find yourself within. Pray to God. That's why connect to within, connect to the universe, connect to the divine. It's as simple as that. But you see, so many things. You guys are having from 50,000 thoughts to no thoughts, reducing that takes years. And that's why people take years to master meditation and to get to the state of samyama. And when you get to that state of samyama that I was talking about, manifestation becomes much easier. And you don't see life in a black and white manner either. You don't see it like, hey, things are going wrong, damn, I'm doomed. No, you don't see it. You consider everything as an experience. And that's why when you live from 5D, you don't see things as right or wrong. You consider everything as a part of the soul's evolution. Example, your DM is behaving that way. You know why they are behaving that way. They are growing. They need the time. They need the space. They are not, see, even though they are your twin flame, there's a reason why they have incarnated in another body to have their own life. And that's why there's even a split. And this is part of the journey, a part of the journey that you guys have decided to partake together as well. I've been losing my voice lately. I've had so many hearings at work. I've literally Oh dear. All right. Guys, keep your questions to the last because I did get some feedback on how, you know, especially for the others who are listening, it becomes a bit disruptive. So I'm going to follow this. I will definitely, um, take share some of your opinions and questions towards the end. Okay, so I've covered that aspect. How twin flame coaching, can be good, can be bad. So it's up to you to decide what is good for you and what is not so good for you. And it all goes down to what works for you too, and you will know. Example, you go to a doctor and you know, okay, this doctor's consultation is working for me. And if it doesn't work, you go to a different doctor, same thing with a psychic or a healer or a guide. You see who works for you. And often, one thing I've noticed is that in this journey, you are guided to the right person at the right time. You will know it from within. This person is going to help me. Follow that intuition, trust your inner guidance, trust your higher self. Like, guys, you guys have been like running away from yourself and looking for external, like, validations. Like, external validations work, but it has to be holistic, it has to be 360 degrees. All right, so now I'm going to talk more about meditation. Meditation in the initial stages can be really, really hard because the human mind, especially in today's day and world, tends to be working at lightning speed. Things are super fast. Like, you have to see, in the past, it was like letter writing. You receive a letter, you write it, you post it. But now it's email, it's SMS. It's like you get people have panic attacks due to the notifications they get. People are afraid to wake up to look at their phones and receive like 200 notifications. The world has become like that, and that's why mindfulness is a key part of your spiritual journey. Mindfulness is taking a bit of taking some time from your day to actually spend time to look within. And sometimes you want to completely go off grid for like half an hour a day in your life. Go to the park, go to the beach, go for a jog. Leave your phones at home. I mean, I know sometimes you want to listen to music, but put your phone on silent mode. Like for me, my phone is on like permanent silent mode, like all the time, because they are very strict in court, especially even with vibration and all that. The judge gets really upset. So and that's why sometimes you're like, damn, did I miss that? Put it on silent mode, because that notification ting 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 actually does something to your brain that affects you in the long term. A lot of people end up developing like anxiety disorders or panic disorders for this because they get overwhelmed. And that's why it's so important to also set times to when you reply to work messages, when you reply to work emails. It's very important to take care of yourself. Another thing is obsessiveness. It's so easy to go down that journey where you're constantly thinking about your twin in 3D. But what happens is when you constantly think about your twin in 3D, they know that you're thinking about them too. And that in itself is a turn off, and they are pushed away. What you can do is talk to them in 5D. When you talk to them in 5D, there's no expectation, there's no timeline, it's like this wonderful space. It's like the energies of heaven. That is 5D. And when you start living in 5D, you will realize that you really spend limited time on 3D. You only come to 3D when you have to like solve a problem, or you really have to like go and be there for someone in 3D. That's about, like, for me, I live in 5D like most of the time. If not, with the work I'm doing, law and my psychic work, it would be overwhelming. And that's why when you live in 5D, you realize that your energies are unlimited. You take care of yourself much better. You're able to set boundaries. Another big thing is, guys, set boundaries. Setting boundaries, even with family, even with people at work, people in your life, even with friends. Sometimes you overdo things and you forget about your own health. You forget about taking care of yourself. Another thing is relying too much on alternative therapy. Sometimes you need to see a doctor when you need to see a doctor. Some kind of trauma like PTSD can't be, I mean, energy healing helps, as a energy healing master, I can vouch by it. In fact, one example is Reiki. When Reiki became popular in the West, it was through this beautiful lady called Madame Takata. She was Japanese born in Hawaii, and she actually came, and at that time they used to run it like Reiki clinics. And she spent 4 months, had two Reiki sessions every day, and that's how she healed ailments. So that's why, guys, even with energy healing, it has to be consistent, and it complements with your medications as well. So example, you are going through like physiotherapy, you don't stop physiotherapy and just go into healing. Healing is meant to complement. And then, for those who have learned Reiki, energy healing, any kind, you guys would be taught this. Another thing is, you guys have to look at what kind of healing that you're prescribing to as well. Deep within, often, a lot of divine feminines, the reason why they become wounded feminines and toxic feminines is because they hide away from their wounds. They don't go and seek the right kind of help. Example, it is a sexual trauma. You need to talk to a therapist who is qualified in helping you manage that. And then you add on an energy healer as well. Like example, I offer energy clearings for that as well, like womb cleansing, sexual healing, and things like that. And so you want both these things to work, rather than just fully focusing in one. But beyond that, look within. A lot of healing starts from within. You can see 1,000 therapies, 1,000 healers, but if you don't want to heal from within, nothing is going to change. It's just going to be like healing, 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 but you're like pushing the healing away. I see there's a lot of conversation going on. That I'll answer them towards the end, because I want to like cover the things that I wanted to cover this week. All right. And then the other aspects would be, you can also, there are some really good guided meditations that help tone down your mind as well. Like I have some on YouTube as well, and there's some really good ones, and you will be able to know again what you resonate with. There's so much available, but something will click. That's why, guys, really, because I know I've heard from feedback from the group, you guys like discuss and all that. Like I see a lot of feedback going on, like, hey, what kind of healing should I do? um what healing will work? Guys, you have to really, that's why you have to go to an authentic healer you're drawn to. They will be able to advise you. Like when my clients come to me, I can see the auras, I can see their chakras, all 141, which one works, which, and that's why, like, and we have beautiful healers in our group. Joanna is amazing, Regina is amazing, Ali is amazing, Kelly is amazing. Like we all do our things our way, and we all have clients who are drawn to us and know that we can help them. And that's why it's amazing to choose who you're drawn to most, rather than going by recommendation. You just know, like energetic, like some of you guys are drawn to me and you guys come to me for healing. Some of you guys are drawn to like our other healers, and you guys go to them, and trust your intuition on that. You will just feel it. You just feel, hey, this person energy is a match. I And another thing, healing is a process. You need to trust your healer as well. That's why it's so often important to choose someone, someone you've already worked with, someone you've already had readings with. And then you'll be like, hey, I've already built a rapport, I know, I trust their work, I know they mean the best for me. And that's how it works. Like, and sometimes you'll be just called to like a certain healing that you may see and be like, hey, this healing would be suitable for me. But the call is usually, again, I don't want to generalize things, because every one of your journeys are unique. And I don't want to go down the thing like, oh, you got, all of you guys have to get like womb cleansing, for instance. Some of you may not have had any sexual wounds. You may have not even been married. You may be a virgin. then you don't have sexual wounds. Then how would a womb cleansing be applicable to you? So things like that. Some of you, you may have no past lives. This is your first time on earth. Then past life healing won't apply to you, like things like that. Childhood wounds. You guys may have had an amazing childhood, completely loved, a very nurturing environment, but then you may have trauma at work, you may have trauma at school, you may be bullied in school. That becomes an issue. So that's why I do custom healings. That's why custom healings are important as well, like a healing which targets that childhood bullying, like when you were bullied in school or where your esteem was torn apart. We work on that. And that's why when you see a counselor, they work on the verbal aspect of it. They talk you through things. As a healer, we do the energy healing. We go right down to your root chakra, what was affected at that time, what you need to heal, what you need to clear, and that's why healings take a while. And that's why I do 30-day healings, 60-day healings, 180-day healings, because healing is a process. And sometimes, even if it's a day healing, the effects of healing last for weeks. That's why it's very good to do your research and have a deep understanding of how these healings work. And it's always good to ask the healer. I always explain all my healings, that even after healing, I explain like what is going on, what has been done, what you guys can work on. Usually there is transformation, and transformation takes a while, guys. It can take 6 months, it can take 3 months, it can take a year, but you will definitely, the moment you tell yourself, I want to work on myself, things will align. The universe will set you on course to the right people, and all of them will play a major role in helping you in your journey. But for that, you guys can't be like everywhere as well. You guys have to be focused, and that's when meditation comes in, centering yourself, grounding yourself. You see, some exercises, like in yoga, breathing exercises like pranayama, you have got the bee breath. There's so many yoga breathing techniques that really help you. There's this one breath technique, you do like you breathe in 4 times and you let your breath out 4 times. That really places you in a state of calmness. And then there's another one, pranayama, where you like cover your left nostril and you breathe out through your right nostril. All these techniques come in handy, and that's why it's so important to become holistic. That's why I would always recommend yoga. I love yoga. Personally, I do yoga and meditation every day. It's my way of like tuning in with the environment, tuning in with the universe, tuning in with everything. And I love Kundalini yoga personally, because Kundalini yoga brings you to like that state, like you feel like the electricity moving up your body, which are your chakras. They're all electric conduits, just like how a wheel and barrow works on all of those. The chakras work like that as well, and that's why it's so important to cleanse your chakras. Just like how you keep like adding wheel like oil to your wheels or to your sewing machine for things to run within. That's the same thing, external and internal. These two things are, and that's why with twin flame coaching, like you talk about what's going on and you get guidance from that. Healing is internal, coaching, guidance, psychic readings are more external, which bring you back within as well. So choose which tools work for you. And and that's why you have to draw that vibe with your healer. You have to feel comfortable, and that's why it's also very important to trust your healer. And like you need to build that rapport as well. Like you wouldn't want, example, even with a doctor, you wouldn't want to go to some random doctor. And why do you keep going back to a certain doctor? Because this doctor works. Like I had a great doctor in back in Adelaide, and he's my favorite doctor. And now that I've moved back to Singapore, I'm like, no, I don't want to see any other doctor. I want to go back to my doctor. So if anything, I mean, it's just a general practitioner, but I go back to Australia and like if I need to see a doctor. But the thing is, when you're healthy, when you're centered, you don't even have to see a doctor. That goes to the next part of my discourse, healthy eating. Why do they say an apple a day keeps the doctor away? When you get in the right nutrients, when you choose to consciously eat and take care of yourself, you are cutting down on a lot of things that are going to manifest in the future. That's why also skipping meals are not recommended. Having a routine, having a rhythm is really good. Of course, fasting is really good too. But again, consult your doctor if you fast. What fasting does is it places your mind in a different like transitionary mode. And that's why when you fast and when you pray, which a lot of ancient religions talk about, big part in Hinduism, big part in Christianity, big part in Islam. But again, you have to do it right. So intermittent fasting, but never starve yourself, because you see, as women, you may have a lot of like hormonal related issues. And for example, when you fast, it may kind of like screw up your hormones. So you have to always go to a doctor and ask, am I healthy enough to do fasting? Eating healthy, a lot of green vegetables, guys, really. Green vegetables has got a lot of nutrients. Beans, mushrooms, like, choose foods. You see, in again, there are three kinds of food: sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic. Sattvic are foods that really keep you calm. Rajasic are foods that trigger the fire and passion in you. And tamasic are foods like mushrooms, they tend to like make you feel a bit tired, and it's good for resting. So choose the foods accordingly. So people who are working, people who are like in the heart of the working world, Rajasic foods go really well. And some of the Rajasic foods are like onions, garlics, chicken, vegetables like capsicum, food like that. Sattvic food, more of green vegetables. And tamasic food is more of like red meats. And you can notice the effect, especially when you eat like mushrooms or red meats. You may feel a little bit more tired. And that's why in ancient Ayurveda, they have actually prescribed all of this. And then, did you know that it transcends to another level where it goes down to the food you eat is what you become? So, example, you keep eating like sattvic food, even sex becomes sattvic. Keep eating like rajasic food, sex becomes hot and fiery. Keep eating tamasic food, sex becomes like lethargic and tiring. So your food determines your lifestyle as well, and that's why it's a key, a great part. And that brings me to the topic of fasting. I have done all sorts of fasts in my life, and I would personally say listen to your body. Like when your body says stop fasting, stop fasting. What what fasting does is it creates this change within you, and you feel like your connection with the higher dimensions becomes stronger as well. And that's one way. But again, with a lot of health issues going on, it's something that you have to practice with care, and also medical advice, especially with those like going without food fast and all that. But intermittent fasting is all right as far as I have learned. And treat yourself to good foods too. So don't go into that obsessive journey as well. Do things which you're happy. And you know what? Your body is an excellent guide. Sometimes you may crave sugar. That's because you're lacking a certain vitamin in your body, and that's why you're craving sugar or you're craving desserts. And once you actually get the right vitamins in, you wouldn't have that craving. And that's why having balanced meals are really really important. Even breakfast, like breakfast time is so important. Like if you can get like vegetables and eggs, protein going on, really kickstarts your day. Like chia seeds, they are amazing as well. um, Flaxseed, chia seeds, things that work for you. Another thing is, I was talking about it. Like, cancer cells start developing at a very young age. So, example, you're going through trauma or a lot of pain, those cells start coming up. And that's what manifests like 30 years later. And that's why it's so important to take care of yourself at every stage in your life. And also, guys, good intentions. Keep putting out. You see, you receive what you put out. And often you would have noticed this in life. When you're actually living in alignment, you attract the right people into your life. You attract the right situations into your life. You feel more fulfilled. You feel more centered. Going back, that all of this leads you back to God, your creator, your origins. And that's why it's so important to look within and search within and truly find meaning through that. And then everything will fall in place. The right people, the right healer. And like I said, like that's how my healing clients, my psychic clients find me, because something within them draws them to me. And that's why. And guys, I do a lot of healings as well. You guys can always check out my website and my file. And you can always have a chat as well, like which healing works for you. And I'll be more than happy to, guide you through according to what's happening. Sometimes it could be like energies of unrequited love or self worth or low self esteem. So there's a particular healing that focuses on that, because this person may not have gone through that trauma of having sexual wounds, but then they may feel like they have never been loved. So this is one example. All right, I see that you guys have been talking amongst yourselves. I'm going to open the floor to questions now. So if you guys have any questions about this topic, I'll be more than happy to get you guys on, or else we can wrap up for the day. So do you guys have any questions? I realized there's a much lesser crowd this week. I actually wanted to do like post quantum healing and timeline jump and how you guys been doing. But then I know MJ wanted to talk about this topic, and that's why we are here. Definitely next week we'll talk more about quantum healing and quantum jumping and timeline shifts, and that will be super exciting. I think I've covered the points that I'm supposed to cover. So, guys, everything works and everything may not work. So, you have to choose what works for you. Listen to your higher self, listen to your soul, get guidance from God, get guidance from your divine masculine. In fact, I'll talk more about that. You see, your divine masculine mirrors back your issues. So, for example, you think that you're ugly or you feel like you're not attractive. That's the first thing that will pop up when your twin flame runs. Because you're like, he ran because I'm unattractive. He ran because I'm not worthy of love. It is for you to actually change that narrative in your head. And that's the reason why it is so important to actually go into yourself and think about what is it that is making your DM run away from you. Are there some issues that you have not healed? Are there some issues that you have been pushing away? Are there some issues that you're not working on as well? Okay, I'm going to read out Lizzie's question. Vaishnavi, I was dreaming of my TF for weeks before I connected the dots. I was married at that time and my lowest. Is this a good example of 5D communication? Okay, dreams can be very interesting, and some dreams do indicate 5D communication, but some dreams are just random. Consciously communicating with your twin in 5D is the way to go. And dreams do act as foundational steps for you to connect with your DM, and then to give you the trust and confidence that yes, they are higher self is communicating with me. And that's why sometimes you have a lot of dreams about the future or the past, or this is what you call like astral. You guys are actually traveling together in astral. So, guys, even in terms of like the mirroring exercise, it's one of those most famous techniques. But again, it doesn't work for all twin flames, because here in this group, we really talk about higher level techniques, not techniques like that. So, the key step is, again, I don't like to do steps, but I wanted to actually guide you guys back. Number one, when you know that you have started on this journey, you will usually have a great state of bliss. You'll be hanging out with your twin. But then when the separation phase starts, there'll be the dark night of the soul. And that's when you are kind of, you have to, like, how do I put it? The dark night of the soul is what kickstarts your healing process, because you have no choice but to look within as to what is wrong. Why are you feeling this way? That's when spiritual evolution starts happening. And that is your key indicator. And then after that, slowly you see what tools work for you: yoga, meditation, coaching, healing, guidance. Some practical aspects will be writing. Like some of my clients were saying how that pillow technique has really worked. They write what they want to manifest, put it under their pillow, and then when they wake up, they realize there's a difference in the way their DM is communicating with them. I'm going to read out Lily's comment. I just wanted to tell you that last week you would tell me that I would get a job offer and that my interview, oh, well, I got the job. You see, I told you. I'm so glad, guys. Thank you so much, Lily, for sharing with us. I'm so happy for you. And what I can say is this job is going to be amazing and you're going to really excel. It's going to be like the stepping stone for a lot more opportunities that are going to be born. And you're going to be in a very nurturing environment. So, all the best to you and good luck in all your future endeavors. And so happy. All right, Mindy, to answer your question, I would say classic wounded feminine. Um, there's often this thing, because you see, women these days tend to have a lot of leadership qualities and things like that, but women in the past also had that. There's a lot of confusion between what divine masculine traits are, what divine feminine traits are. The divine feminine has always been the conduit of taking care of the household, taking care of a husband. In fact, if you look at those ancient Egyptian drawings, you'll always see the women like holding her man with the arms like that, saying that I will support you throughout. And that may look like a masculine trait, but no, it is actually a very beautiful feminine trait, because that is the role of the feminine. And running, so you're not actually running, you're actually hiding. So when the divine feminine says, I'm running, they're actually hiding from their DM because they feel like they're not ready to open themselves up completely. Whereas when the DM runs, they're avoiding, they're not hiding, they're avoiding the problem and they're just running away. So that is the difference. All right, I'm going to look up some comments very quickly. And then, guys, if you have anything, do let me know. Just a moment. All right, guys, if you want me to answer any questions, just type it again, because there's only a bit of stuff that I'm able to see. And then we will do another 20 minutes and then we will be off. All right. Belinda, I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you so much for sharing that. That is such beautiful and sweet news to the group, and we are so happy for you guys, really. And a big shout out to Belinda for really working on herself and taking care of herself. And she has shown how you can transform and how this is a journey and how you need patience. And I'm so happy for you, truly. And like I said, I told you, in fact, interesting, I did a reading for her on the group, and then I said that the whole trip is about Matt wanting to spend time with you, and true enough, that is. And I'm so happy, I'm so glad to like predict things for you, and touch wood, I'm so glad like all my predictions have been 100% so far, and I'm really happy to do that for you guys. Like it's truly from the bottom of my heart. I thank God every day for my gifts and being able to do this psychic guidance and predictions and healings and everything that I offer. You know, Agashik records are amazing because knowing your past really helps you with your future. Book of life, I know a lot of psychics don't do like future predictions, but I've opened it up because I'm confident, and usually my predictions are spot on. And the thing is, with future predictions, I'm able to like pick on the strongest timelines, and often again, I thank the universe and God for my gifts, and it's just amazing. And I am really proud of all of you all who have taken my advice and have actually seen a huge shift in your journey. I'm so proud of you, and I am so happy. I have no words to express. And Belinda, you are amazing, like truly. And exciting times ahead, and you are going to have so much fun, like what we had talked about, a couple of days back. It's going to be amazing. Enjoy these golden moments, and they will keep getting better. Yeah, absolutely, Mindy. When you do, you will tell me that too, and I'll be like, having giving you a shout out in this group. Okay, I'm just looking at comments and picking up. All right, Lily, that happens, and that is called soul shock. Probably I will do a live on that, like what soul shock is. So that when soul shock happens, you may feel like you're completely not feeling anything about your DM, or you get into a state of stagnancy or standstill where you don't feel anything anymore, and usually that incurs that fear state in like divine feminines. So it is not particularly normal or common, but it does happen from time to time. That usually happens in conjunction with a upload, or it does happen that way, like with a download or a upload, or with energy changes and activations. And guys, I know Lorinda asked about that mirror exercise. You see, there's so many ways. There's no one fixed technique with the mirror exercise, but honestly, that's a popular method. It may work for some, but I would personally go by other methods that really work. And I have like helped a lot of divine feminines reach union. And one thing I can say is that there is a state of complete surrender, and that's why I customize everything to suit you guys. I never follow a certain rule book, and I hope you guys understand that. Like, if you guys are going to follow the 6 stage step, you're not don't know what to say, because always remember, each of you all are in different stages in your journey, and only an energy reader or a person who can see the Akashic records or a psychic will be able to tell exactly where you are on your journey. And we are gifted with really great readers in our group, including myself, and we are able to tell you exactly where you are. And when we say, you have a lot of work to do, we mean it. And when I say a lot of work, sometimes it may be 20, 30 years. And then that person may keep on chasing and blaming and scolding, and that's why that toxic feminine state can last for many, many, many years, guys. And that's why I keep doing that video. I mean, that's why I did that video a couple of weeks back. And some divine feminines like recognize that, and recognition is important, because the divine feminines don't even recognize that. They can't even acknowledge that the fact that they could be divine feminines, and they keep blaming it on their divine masculine. Always remember, guys, healing is an ongoing process. There is never something like I am healed 100%. It doesn't work that way. Every day you're facing problems and challenges. What happens to that? That's why healing is an ongoing journey and it's a lifestyle. Taking care of yourself is a lifestyle. Meditation, yoga, going out to nature, things you do that you're passionate about, these are all key factors in raising your vibration. And ultimately it goes down to that. When your vibrations are high, you attract the right kind of people. You don't attract the not so good energies anymore because they can't see you, as simple as that. And a very simple experiment or a task will, once you start living from your soul, from your higher self, you will notice that the people around you change. You won't have that annoying person like annoying you at work, or you won't have that person because they can't see you. You become invisible. That goes to that goes to one of those gifts, the invisible cloak. Like when you have that, you are not disappearing. It's just that you become invisible to the other person. I actually do run courses on that as well, and that is a really good superpower to have because you see, the big thing is you don't want to be seen by energies that don't serve you or are bringing you down. And the truth is, we are living in this world. We are not living in a forest where you can live in ultimate solitude. We have relationships. We are interdependent on people. So that's why when you are always cleansed, when you work on yourself, when you practice mindfulness, when you meditate, when you do yoga, when you do things you're passionate about, you start living from a very high vibration, and that becomes a way of life. And then everything that happens around you is abundance. Sometimes it's okay not to be okay as well. When you're tired, it is okay to rest. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to explain to people, hey guys, I need a break from the world. And it's okay. And you know what? Half an hour of switching your phone and going for a walk can have so many benefits of raising your vibration. Like truly, just looking at the waters, looking at the ocean, a lot of you guys I know live around beautiful environments. Just spend the time, bring yourself out, put your phone away, close your emails away. It can wait. Half an hour is not going to cost anything. Of course, unless you're a doctor or you're a real estate agent, then like you have to be there 24/7. If not, it can wait. And I try to do that, even though like in my law career, like I need to keep my phone like on all the time because we have clients that we deal with like around the world, and sometimes my working hours can go crazy as well. But it's important to take time for yourself. Like, don't you take like 8 hours a day to sleep? Also, when you sleep, guys, try to put your phone away in another room. And when you guys wake up, don't look at your phone immediately. You see, when you are actually moving on from that sleep state to the present state, you need a while to acclimatize to that. So if you look at your phone immediately, your your thoughts go haywire, and that's why take a few minutes to calm yourself down, breathe in, breathe out, say something good. Hey, yay, I'm gonna have an exciting day. Another thing that I've been teaching you guys over the week is that one big thing is manifestation for your DM works before you sleep and when you wake up, because that is that in between state that whatever you desire comes true. So spend that time fantasizing your twin, dreaming about your twin, thinking about your twin, and then after that, look at your phone and deal with the 100 over notifications that have popped up in your phone. Another thing is also housekeeping. When your environment is clean, when you have like deleted unnecessary emails, when you have cleared up, you feel much better as well. Okay, I'm going to look at some questions. And hey guys, show me that you're here, send me a reaction. And well, I don't probably this topic is boring. That's why we don't have much people at all. That's good, Lorinda. I'm glad. I wouldn't recommend the mirroring exercise, but again, it may work for some. But personally, it's something that you see, guys. I really don't teach methods that are available online. I customize the tools that work for you. Like again, I read your energies. When you give me the permission for like a private read, I look into your records. I see what works best for you, and I'm very practical. So I give you practical things you can do. I mean, I can talk about the galaxies, but you also need things that you can apply in your day to day life as well. Oh, Henry, I'm going to read out Henry's comment. I can't wait to tell you all the things you predicted happen. So excited for it. Do you have any updates from Hugo today coming up for me? Of course, Hugo is really coming towards you. Like he is literally, after this timeline shift, you would have felt it too that Hugo is actually planning to like propose to you and things are really going to go on to the next level. I'm so excited for you, Henry. Things are going to be amazing. Oh, Megan, yeah, that's really going to work. Having an animal pillow, and how I met your mother, she does that too. Okay, I am gonna see. So, guys, I'm really thinking maybe I would create like a Patreon channel or something so you guys can, subscribe to exclusive content. That is something that I've been working on, and I've also been working on building more services for you guys that you guys may resonate with. So, do check out my album from time to time. I do update it with new services, new promotions. Do check out my website too. And again, always I'm open for a chat if you guys want a paid healing or reading or guidance or psychic predictions or past lives. I'm your girl. um, Oh, you're most welcome, Pam. Another thing is, I'm thinking of like, because, a lot of people say it's hard finding all my past videos. So I'm thinking of creating a playlist and unlist them in YouTube. And then I'll probably put it up as a link on my album so that you can like refer to all these videos. And it will be unlisted. So only those with the unique link will be able to see it. So that might work. I have talked about a lot of topics. In fact, I remember I did my first live back in November, and so I would have at least done 30 lives to date, and I've covered so many different topics, from the wounded feminine to the wounded masculine to timeline jumps to tips, surviving the dark night of the soul, how to detach yourself, how to live in a state of watchfulness, so much. And I am I am so happy to hear some of your experiences and how my lives have inspired your lives, literally, and that means a lot. And guys, I'm so grateful to you. And oh, Colleen, so good to see you. And Linda, so good to see you as well. I realize, you guys are all coming right now. Again, these videos are available, so you guys can always watch it when you have the time. Um, so there was some, I was thinking, there's some techniques that I may want to like share with you. See, a lot of mirroring, like a lot of things that happens when you're in separation phase is actually for you to evolve, is for you to grow. Is That's why separation phase is not a punishment, guys. I know there's a wrong, you guys have that wrong impression that your DM running away from you is a bad thing. It's actually for you to stop running away from yourself. That's what it indicates. A lot of divine feminines run away from their own issues because some are really traumatic, and facing them heads on is not easy. And trauma happens in various levels. It could be a teacher screaming at you in school constantly for 2 years that will that may have impacted your life till today, and you're not able to enjoy studying, for instance. That is trauma. And when you tell people, you'll be like, that's not trauma at all. To each, always remember, guys, to each their pain is the biggest, and you can never judge that. And that's why it is ridiculous when people compare. Hey, you have food to eat on the table. Suffering is suffering, pain is pain. You cannot compare your pain with other people. And that's why, guys, treat everyone uniquely, because everyone is unique, just like your thumbprints. Everyone is special. Everyone has something to offer to this world. And that's why it's so important to respect people, value people, care about people, and do things to make self love is very important too. Sometimes you guys may go on the tangent of just doing, keep doing for other people. It's important to take care of yourself. Go get the manicure and pedicure if you need to. Go for that massage. Spend time sometimes sleeping in. Go for that meditation class. Go for that origami class or go learn a new sport, do rock climbing or go skydiving, go traveling, do things that enliven your soul, that kindles the excitement in you, because these things matter. And these things elevate your vibration. And that's why I keep saying meditation is comparable to a state where you're doing something and you have your 100% attention. When you do something you're really passionate about, nothing else pops in your mind. So same thing. That is one way. That's why doing spending time with your loved ones, spending time with your kids, going on adventures, all these matter. Time passes so quickly, guys. So live in the moment. It's good that you think about your DM, but there's so much more to your life than your DM, because this is a journey and things will fall in place. And that's why trust God on your journey. God is always there. Your higher self is always there. It's you giving yourself guidance from a higher state. Trust that, go within. And probably I'll talk more about this in the coming weeks, about spirituality, evolution, growth, techniques to become the best version of yourself. Always look within. Don't run away. It's okay. No, nothing is bigger than, and that's why when if a trauma is too difficult to deal with, go find that right therapies you need. Go find the right healer. Go find the right psychic. Go find the right person whom you know will help you. Because there are always people out there to help you. It's just that you don't seek the help that you need. And it's okay. And sometimes you can deal with it yourself too. You don't there's that comes to the other part where some people are just searching and searching and searching. They're actually running. You guys say your DMs run. You guys are actually running or chasing, constantly looking, or and running is running from yourself and chasing what's outside on the internet, which is popular. You see, a lot of people create a lot of things from the greatest, purest intentions of their heart. And that's why you need that discretion or that discernment to find out what works and what does not. That's wonderful, Lily. Keep doing that. Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to read out Lily's comments. I'm working on becoming the best version of myself so I can have the right job, relationship, and friendships. I will definitely do that as a topic. Thank you, Lily. Definitely. I am like taking that down. I'm going to put that in my notes so that I will probably do it in the next couple of weeks. Because, guys, before I end, one more thing is that balance. Having the balance is so important. And balance is one of the key things that will help you enhance your life. Finding the right balance. Don't overdo anything. Even if it's a yoga class, don't overdo it. I mean, it's okay. With yoga and meditation, you can overdo. Nothing would go wrong with that. But everything, find a balance. And that's why we have 24 hours in a day to balance, sleep, eat well, treat yourself, pamper yourself, spend time with loved ones. And when you're living your best life, your DM is going to come running back to you. Really. And I have worked with so many divine feminines over the years. In fact, like one of the divine feminines was saying like how I predicted something like 5 years ago. It's like it's all falling in place. That's why you guys have to listen. You have to trust. And my psychic abilities are very unique. I tap on the Akashic records. I just have the gift. And I thank God for it every day. Sometimes you have to so sometimes you may be like, hey, why hasn't it happened yet? It will happen like a day later. You can't be like fixated. When you are fixated, you shift that timeline away. That's why your energies matter a lot. And when I predict your highest timeline, your best, according to what is happening currently. That's how future prediction works, based on your current choices. That's why, if you guys are ever interested in a paid service, feel free to check out my file. And also, if you have enjoyed today's live, feel free to leave a review. And if you guys want any topics that you want me to talk about, feel free to leave a comment as well. And I did talk about twin flame obsession like a couple of times. I've touched on it obsession is scary. Yearning is fine. Obsession, not fine. So, in that spectrum of like the positive and negative scale, yearning is positive because it's a pure desire, yearning to be with your DM. Obsession, it's scary, and that's what pushes away. I'm going to do another 5 more minutes if you guys have any last questions, and then I'll wrap up for the week. Thank you all, amazing people, my regulars, for joining in. Oh, Belinda, I'm so glad you're getting a pedicure today. Awesome. I love the manicures and pedicures in Australia because they have SNS. In Singapore, they don't have SNS yet, and that is really weird. And I miss that. Like, I miss having my manicures and pedicures in Australia. Like, I love Australia. It's amazing. And so I'm so glad, Belinda, you're going for a pedicure today. Guys, take time to like pamper yourself. Like, really. Especially you guys have had such beautiful and hard lives as well. Like, you guys have seen the worst: childbirth, children, toxic husbands. You guys have survived it all. You guys are so close to living your best life. In fact, you guys are already living your best life. And that's why it's very, very important to acknowledge and be grateful for what you have. Henry, oh my God, yes, I'm getting so much engagement related stuff this week. Today, a friend also talked about how she was feeling her proposal happening. It happened in Singapore, by the way, and I told her I'm feeling proposal stuff these days for some reason. Hugo feels close. Oh boy, you see, again, spot on with my prediction. Oh dear. Mindy, it happened naturally. I did not try. I just realized one day I was not as obsessed with Joe, and I didn't really want many healings. Don't force it. That's good. Thanks, Mindy, for sharing that. Oh, Belinda, this topic is not boring at all. I'm glad. I've only seen like 13 of you. I thought you guys are not really. Oh, Lily, yes, you can check out my album for my healing services. And of course, if you want me to customize something for you, I can do that too. Like, have a chat with me. Like, you can DM me. Um, yeah, love you guys so much. And thank you guys for sharing your experiences. And really, like, when you do share, I'm like, what I'm saying, you guys are actually applying to your life. And that brings a lot of joy to everyone. It inspires the others, you guys there as well. And you guys are like supporting one another in this journey. And support is so important. And being yourself, and it's okay, there's no right or wrong question. So always, the wall is open for readings. I do my lives every week. One thing is, I'm very consistent, so I'll definitely see you guys again next week. And you guys take care. And if there's anything, do not hesitate to contact me. Oh boy, I'm just seeing. Mindy, Joe just wants you to know that, he needs some time and space to heal, but he will come back when he's feeling much better, and that his higher self wants you to know that you're amazing and you have grown so much, and he's so grateful for who you are, and he's so proud of who you have become. Lorinda, I think of going. Oops, I missed a comment. I saw that you think that you want to go see your DM tonight. I think you should go all for it. It will be wonderful. With the timeline jump, everything is going well. Linda, I feel like dancing tonight. I'm getting ready for a girls' night. I haven't been out in months. I've been in hermit mode too long. Oh, Linda, I'm so glad. Have a great ladies' night tonight. It's going to be amazing. And I'm so glad you're actually hanging out with your girlfriends. It's going to be so amazing. Guys, I mean, girls, do spend time with your girlfriends as well. It's so important to have that. And I've talked about it many times in my videos, that sisterhood vibes. Like how in the ancient times, women always caught up with other women, and it was so good for all aspects of your life. So it's great, Linda, that you're catching up with your friends. Guys, I would advise you guys to do the same as well. um, Matt, I think you don't even need messages from Matt's higher self because his 3D self is speaking. But Matt wants you to know that he's really excited about spending his holidays with you, and he feels like a teenager, and he's really, really excited to be spontaneous, and things are going to go so well. So we are all very excited for you, Belinda. Yes, Lorinda, the timeline shift has settled in and things will get better. In fact, some of you have only been experiencing it more intensely the last couple of days, even though it happened last Wednesday. Um, all right, guys, you guys have a great weekend. Take care, and I will catch up with you all next week. Love you all, and have an amazing, amazing, amazing weekend. And take care. Always, before you go, connect to the God within you, connect to the divine, connect to the universe, and all the answers are within. Sometimes it's good to look external, but have a balance. Even with internal and external, have a balance. All right, guys, take care, and the energies are going to get better. August energies are beautiful. You may experience a bit of like ups and downs as usual, but it's all for the better. And the timeline jump, it's amazing. I'll probably touch more on that. Thank you so much, Belinda. Thank you so much, Pam. Blessings to you too. Thank you, Lorinda. You have a great day and have a great night with your DM as well. Um, and yeah, all right, guys, take care. Bye bye.